AITA for canceling my wedding after how my fiancé feels about my daughter? Before you read my post, I am not from America. I am sorry if my writing is terrible, but I will do my best. For background context, I was married when I was 22 and my husband was 25. He had a daughter who was 2 when we married. I consider her my daughter in every way. My husband passed away sadly when she was 4. So I, 34F, have been with my fiancée Jessie, 35M, for 8 years. My daughter Bailey is 14F. She considers Jesse her father. Jessie has never treated Bailey wrong at all, but knows of my husband who had passed away. Jessie has always treated her sweetly and like a daughter. I'm currently 6 months pregnant. We are all excited. Jessie has told me how he wants to adopt Bailey after getting married, to surprise her. We are getting married in August. I wouldn't say we are close to being done with everything, but we did plan a big dinner, and I did invite my friends and Jessie's friends. Bailey was staying the night over at a close friend's house, so Bailey wasn't there. We were all catching up and having a great night. Just all around happiness from everyone, till the topic of the wedding came up. That is when things went downhill. It was all good. We got to talking about our honeymoon. We were going to bring Bailey, because that was our plan. When Jesse did say he didn't want to bring Bailey, which kind of shocked me, because we both agreed to it, so I was taken aback from it. He started going on about how now we both have a real child, and we don't have to pretend anymore to take care of my stepdaughter, who was never my real child. This point, all our friends and I were very flabbergasted and looked at him like he had something crazy on top of his head. He kept going on and on, until I kind of freaked out in front of everyone and told him that Bailey would always come first and he is last to me now. That he had to leave and I'm canceling the wedding. He tried talking to me. His friends did escorted him out for me and left with him. Few of my girlfriends stayed with me that night. Jesse had been blowing up my phone so much, wanting to work things out. I honestly don't ever want to. I haven't told Bailey what happened and just lied to my family and his family about why we canceled the wedding. I just want some quiet now and not for anyone to be upset. But some of his friends did message me saying he has the right to talk about his feelings and opinion, which got me so puzzled at this point. AITA? AITA? First comment, NTA. There are so many things, OMG. He thought it. He said it out loud. He said it out loud in front of to you and company. Thinks it wasn't a big deal to say it. Kept going. Thinks he can come back from it. Thinks you are overreacting. The audacity of that teenage boy masquerading in a man's body. Not wanting her to go on the honeymoon is fair in general. Bringing that up for the first time in front of company would already be one thing, but he just kept going. And for that reason, okay, Henry VIII JFC. I commend you for breaking it off so strongly, assertively, very brave, personally, and also fierce protection of your daughter. Hell yes. I am so sorry. It's the ultimate betrayal and fear emo of those bringing a child into a new relationship that something like this would happen. My sister was already born when our mom met my bio dad, and I know the cruel things people say about even that situation half-sister to me, let alone about my parents and my sister. He is the dad of 2 daughters, always, and has never let anyone say differently. I can't even imagine hearing worse and hearing it from your supposed life partner, and about your own child, no less. There is no chance of reconciliation and no valid justification for his actions. Emo. I can't imagine anyone who truly loves all would think any differently. Maybe tell Bailey with a counselor type professional though. Biggest hugs, Mom. Your ex can get stuffed. Second comment, obviously NTA. I know you want to protect both yourself and your daughter, but the longer it takes for you to tell close family, the harder it can get. We often think if we just say a little white lie to get everyone to back of, we get peace just for that moment, but the future instead can get harder, cause the truth will always come out, one way or another. If you don't tell your version, someone else will do it for you, and that is never good. And by telling people, they will show their real self. Maybe they can gather around to support you, showing your daughter that the ex-fiancé is wrong and they love you both as you are. At the same time, you will know if how many takes the ex-fiancé and those people you don't want to involved in your life. Cause if you say nothing, someone else will say something. Like your ex-fiancé can say it your pregnancy hormones or something and make you still get phone call. Or tell everyone false accusations like he found out you were cheating and he's waiting for a DNA. And his friends will back him up cause they have already show who they stand with in their comments. So tell people. Let yourself rise against the felling that this moment of world-crushing reality. Gather their warmth for you and your daughter. Whatever other people says, remember that nobody put a gun against his head to make him say this awful things. And remember whatever outcome this may bring. You have lots of people here on Reddit who is on your side. Kiss and hug your daughter and feel blessed that this came out now, rather than after the wedding. Third comment, NTA. Yes, he did have the right to express his feelings and opinions, and the time to do that was about 8 years ago, when you first got together, and he seemingly willingly and wanted to take on the role of Bailey's father. It sounds like you talked about this at length, and he wanted to adopt her, so is that your idea or his? Did you push that on him? You need to think back and make sure that he was heard, but even then what he said was way out of line and incredibly hurtful. So does he no longer want to adopt Bailey, because he now has a real child coming into the world? Ask him how he would feel if something happened to him. How would he feel if another man decided he didn't want to care for his child once they had a biological one on the way? That he said this so close to the wedding is actually a blessing. You now know how he really feels. So if this is the way he's always felt, then why has he been pretending so long? I don't know if you can come back from this. It makes me question how he will now treat Bailey once his biological child arrives. Go ahead and talk to him. You need to, because you have several questions that need to be answered. What he said was cruel and would hurt Bailey, so I am glad you haven't said anything to anyone else yet. Please keep us posted. Sending big hugs to you. Fourth comment, NTA, and I hope you've remembered to cancel all the orders with caterers and stuff and gotten back any deposits you were able to. This is definitely going to require therapy for Bailey. She's at such a delicate age emotionally. This is going to hit hard when the truth comes out. It will come out, and it needs to sooner rather than later. It's better to come from you. You don't want Jesse to be the one to drunkenly call up and yell at her for ruining everything, do you? Or one of his family to blame her, merely for existing? Above all, you'll need to impress that she's your little girl. No matter how old she is or how tall she grows, she'll always be your baby. You may not have given birth to her, but you're her daughter in everything but blood, and nothing can take that away from you or her. No man will ever replace that. No other child will ever change that. Nothing can ever make your heart forget how much you love her. Fifth comment, absolutely NTA. Reading this made my stomach hurt. I have a 13-year-old daughter from a previous marriage, and I cannot imagine my husband saying something like that about her. I don't blame you for your knee-jerk reaction to protect Bailey by keeping the truth from her, but we both know there needs to be an open and honest conversation. Oh man, it's going to be tough. The only thing worse than seeing your child in pain is knowing you have to do something that will cause that pain. I wish I could tell you the magic words that will make everything better. They simply don't exist. Bailey is going to be hurt, but the most important thing is that she knows that you love her and you will always do everything in your power to protect her, that you will always choose her. The only thing I can think of that might help is to talk to a family therapist and maybe even tell Bailey what happened with the therapist in the room. Even that will depend on how shy Bailey is around new people. You know your daughter better than anyone. Trust your gut. You will figure out the best way to approach this. The two of you will be in my thoughts. If you need a random stranger to talk to, feel free to message me anytime. I wish there was something I could do to make everything better. Good luck.